This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You are watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
Okay, so I'm seeing that Tony Bellew is getting a lot of stick from people within boxing, people around him as well, and boxing fans more importantly for his biases when it comes to Matchroom shows. Firstly, because he's employed by Matchroom, or it could be that he has good relationships with people like, say, Derek Chisora. When he's doing commentary for Anthony Joshua, he's good friends with Anthony Joshua, people from Liverpool, whatever, okay? People are singling out Tony Bellew. Now, I used to be that way. I used to be, whenever I watch boxing, go, okay, they're being quite biased to the home fighter here. That ain't right. But then I kind of realised after a while that there's nothing wrong with being biased. There's nothing wrong with it, because why would I be upset about that? Because I can watch a fight, regardless of what the commentators are saying, I can watch a fight and make up my own opinions. So what if Tony Bellew or anybody else is being biased? Who cares? Why is it bothering people? I can only put it down to, if people are bothered about it, is because either A, they're worried that Tony Bellew is pushing out a narrative and is going to convince people that what he's saying is correct, because they can't judge a fight for themselves. But if that's true, who cares? As long as you know, right? Who cares what other people feel? It really doesn't matter. Does it really matter, make any difference in your life? And I know some people say, yeah, but we want unbiased commentary, neutral. Why? You have to remember, like I say, for example, like Tony Bellew against, when he was doing the commentary for Anthony Joshua versus Robert Helenius, a lot of people are watching because Anthony Joshua was fighting. They're tuning in to watch Anthony Joshua. They're going to be fans of Anthony Joshua. So when Tony Bellew is being a fan of Anthony Joshua, well, he's giving them exactly what it is that they want. They want to hear it, because they would be the same thing. And that's most people who are tuning to watch Anthony Joshua. And the ones who are complaining are the ones who maybe don't like Anthony Joshua. As I said before, maybe they're worried that people who are watching it will not really understand boxing and go, yeah, Tony Bellew is absolutely correct. Anthony Joshua's footwork is amazing. Anthony Joshua is the best thing ever, and whatever else. But if they do, so what? What difference does it make to you? And that's kind of how I've realised when I used to bite a little bit at people doing commentary. I used to. But being biased in boxing is natural. It is natural. And all of the platforms are the same, all of them. Do you know why they're biased to the home fighter? Because they want you, the viewer, to like the home fighter, to support the home fighter. They want to convince you that their home fighter is worth watching again. So you keep on returning to the platform. I mean, it's business, right? It's marketing. You can't expect anything else. Who really in boxing who does commentary or punchery work is perfectly neutral? I know some people may point to, say, a Carl Froch. Well, Carl Froch knows one of two ways. Be a fanboy for someone or hate on them. There's no in-between with him. There isn't. It's either praise them or hate them. He doesn't know how to be neutral. He doesn't. And a lot of people are like that, but that's just human nature. Especially when you know that you are friends with somebody and maybe you're thinking, well, maybe I shouldn't really go a little bit over the board here with my support, because then people will notice it. But at the same time, I don't want to upset my friend who's fighting. So it's very difficult to balance it. It's very, very difficult. And I know people say, but you need a neutral platform. You need a neutral commentary, a neutral pundits. But you're not really going to get them. Do you know why? Because everybody who works for DAZN and Matchroom want to keep their job. They want to get paid. Everybody at Sky Sports, they want to get paid. Same on TNT Sports and Showtime and ESPN. They want to get paid. They want to have families to feed. The last thing in the world they want to do is sit there going, well, he ain't very good, is he? A terrible performance. Awful. Maybe you should think about retiring, blah, blah, blah. Because that's not good. That's not going to encourage people to come back, is it? Ultimately, they're going to get fired. But you can, for those of you who are complaining about Tony Bellew, you can watch boxing and not take too much notice of what Tony Bellew's saying. Surely you can watch a boxing fight and decide whether or not you agree with him or not. And if you don't agree with him, then you don't agree with him. It means that you can watch boxing and not be brainwashed, if you like. I'm not saying Tony Bellew's brainwashing people. He's not. But he's just being a fan. A lot of people are tuning in because they are also fans of the people that Tony Bellew is there supporting. It's natural. I will be the same. I mean, when I do some of the live fight nights, when I'm filming the local shows, some of you will have noticed that I'm sometimes shouting over the camera, cheering on the people that I know personally. Why shouldn't I do that? People ask for neutrality, but most people who ask for people to be neutral are not neutral themselves. They're not. And if you knew people in boxing and you were doing some commentary or whatever it may be, you are going to be biased. Of course you are. I know a lot of people say, no, I wouldn't, I'll be perfectly neutral. Yeah, you would. Yeah, you would. Firstly, that's your friend. Secondly, that's your job. Don't worry about if Tony Bellew's pushing a narrative. So what? Is that narrative working on you? If the answer is no, then don't worry about it. What's the problem? If somebody's going to be biased, lots of people in boxing are biased. It happens. I'm biased. You think when people that I know and I get on very well with and I'm close with are fighting, I'm going to sit there and criticize them? No. I will give them constructive criticism at times, of course, but I'm not going to go overboard. Why? Because I want to keep my friendship. It is what it is. It's human nature. As I said before, for me, people who complain about these kind of things are just worried about a narrative being pushed. Why? Are you worried that they're going to be arguing with people on social media? Well, don't argue with them then. You want to argue with them in the comment section of my videos or anybody else's videos here on YouTube? Well, don't argue with them then. You've got your views, keep them there. Who cares what Tony Bellew does? Who cares what Carl Froch does? Who cares what anybody does? Who cares? It's not that big a deal. It really isn't. So I don't quite understand the controversy about it. I don't. But anyway, that's my thoughts on this whole situation. You drop me yours. Do you think that they should be neutral? And do you think that if people were neutral, that they would keep their jobs? I mean, surely you understand the business side. They want you to like the home fighter. They want you to return next time. That's what they want. So anyway, as I said before, is what it is. Can't please everyone. I've been there myself. I've bit before at certain situations, but now I've realised it really doesn't matter. I can watch it and make up my own mind. I'm not going to be brainwashed, so don't worry about it. Drop your thoughts below. Click thumbs up, subscribe. Catch you next video.